Righto, listen in. Trooper and Private Colin Field from Gundagai. When he was 4 years old, his leg was badly burned. Lucky to be alive, he spent 4 months in hospital recovering. In 1941, now 18 years old, World War II raging across Europe and Africa, he joined the Citizens Militia Force. He was assigned to the 3rd Australian Army Tank Battalion, learned to operate Matilda tanks. In late 1942, Fieldy signed up for full-time service and was moved to the 1st Tank Battalion AIF. They did amphibious and jungle training in Caboolture and then shipped to Milne Bay in 1943. There they moved to Bn, joining the 9th Brigade for the landing and assault at Finschhafen. Here, the Matilda tanks proved a game changer. They would push forward with the infantry and take out the Japanese bunkers. The downside was that they were big targets and drew intense fire. The Japanese didn't have the firepower to breach the heavy armour easily, but they certainly kept firing everything they had at the tanks anyway, sometimes sending suicide runners with bombs strapped to them. Next, Fieldy and the 1st Tank Battalion moved with the advance to the battles at Saddleberg, Lacona, Fortification Point and CO. After a year of hard and intense fighting, Fieldy and the Tankies went back to Australia to refit. Here, Fieldy put in a transfer to the infantry and was posted to the 2nd 1st Infantry Battalion, AIF. In December 1944, Fieldy and the 2nd 1st went back to New Guinea, this time to Wewak, Atapi. There were still 30,000 Japanese in heavily fortified positions. It was close and intense jungle fighting. The Japanese would not surrender, and every inch of ground was fought to the death. Here the Aussies first used flamethrowers to devastating effect. It was only then that some Japanese soldiers would turn and run rather than face such a horrific death. By 1945 the peninsula was nearly cleared and the war ended. Fieldy returned to Gundagai. He was haunted by the things he had seen and had to do in the war. Fieldy had checked himself into a psychiatric ward of the hospital. He remained there for the next 30-odd years. He died in 1980 at just 57 years old. Lest we forget, the Finschhafen Tanky turned Wewak infantry legend, NX 143895, Trooper and Private Colin Field.